Hello everyone and welcome back. Kitchen is one place of the house where we spend most of our time. For me, it's the place where I make happy memories while cooking delicious food for the family. Therefore, a clean and shining kitchen brings the best out of me and spreads good vibes across the house. If we don't do it regularly and religiously, soon things pile up and the mess becomes harder to clean. So before starting the cleaning, I'll clear off the mess and place things to where they belong. No matter how much we scrub and rub, there are few nooks and corners in the kitchen that pops out and calls for attention. Today, I decided to attend these calls while also taking you all along with me during this cleaning process. Cleaning is on top of my mind these days, so I had already removed all small kitchen decorations that I had placed earlier. And now I'll clear off the countertop and remove the remaining things to get started. Wall and few wall organizers next to my gas stove need some real scrubbing today. Things next to the gas stove turns oily and greasy in no time. So I will pay some extra attention to these elements to remove long pending dirt and grease. Next step is to make a cleaning solution which can help in removing the oil stains from all the kitchen tools and also disinfect them at the same time. To do it all in one go, I'll take a huge vessel and fill it with hot water. I'll now add 2 tablespoons baking soda and 3 teaspoons vinegar in this hot water and dip all the tools to let them soak till I clean the entire kitchen. Although the best results comes when kept overnight. I usually repeat this process at least once in a fortnight to keep the stainless steel kitchen tools shining bright. Now while the kitchen is dry, first target will be the switches. And the effortless and safer way to clean these switches is by rubbing them with some nail paint remover. Nail paint remover has alcohol content which helps in easy cleaning of these switches and also disinfect them well. You can even use sanitizer for the same purpose. One by one, I'll clean all switches in the kitchen and this bullet point is ticked out of the checklist in the easiest way. On most days, I use the same vinegar and baking soda mix for making my own cleaning solution. But today, I wanted to try something new. I'll make a 5% mixture solution of citric acid and warm water to clean and disinfect the kitchen this time. Citric acid really helps in sanitizing and disinfecting the area by getting rid of several bacteria and fungus. Lemon also contains citric acid but in very less quantity. That's why using a powder yields better results. Now that the solution is ready, I'll get down to the real business of cleaning. A simple rule of thumb for any cleaning is to go top to bottom. So I will start by scrubbing my top cabinet doors first and then go to the bottom doors. These type of cleaning solutions are natural cleaners and are best for quick and effective cleaning. Since these cleaners do not form any massive lather, the final wiping becomes really easy. I could see the greasy fingerprints fading with the help of this solution without much effort. However, hard stains needed some extra elbow grease, but the job was done just right. Cabinets are most demanding near the doorknobs. So I was making sure to scrub that area really nicely. Now is the time to deal with some greasy area So I will add few drops of liquid dishwash in this cleaning solution to make it even more effective. The stains are really tough and it took some effort to get the spotless shine. If you have time in hand, I will say leave the solution on the surface for 10 to 15 minutes before starting to scrub, as this will make the job very easy. I was happy to see how all the sticky gunk on this chakla stand was removed so easily. It was now turn off the gas stove. I will first wipe it dry to remove food particles before starting the intense cleaning. Now I'll clean the gas stove with the same cleaning solution. I must say that the old sticky residues on the gas came off very easily. As I said earlier, I like the fact that this solution doesn't leave any soapy foam, which otherwise takes a lot of wiping to remove. Food spillage on the gas stove leaves a lot of sticky residue behind, but seeing them getting cleaned so easily gave me so much satisfaction. Lastly, when all the dirt is removed, I'll wipe clean the surfaces with warm water and a microfiber cloth to remove the solution completely. I changed the water thrice until I was totally satisfied with the cleaning. I remember how kitchen cleaning used to be a big project near the Diwali season. Well, it still is. But I believe instead of spending one whole day in finishing everything, dividing kitchen areas and regular cleaning reduces the burden of that massive mammoth cleaning session. Let me know your opinion about this style of cleaning in the comment section, as I'll be curious to know about your thoughts. Last task was to clean all the steel tools which were soaking in the vinegar baking soda solution since quite some time now. I will just give everything a quick dishwash scrub to remove the already loose dirt. A quick wash and all tools are shining like new. Last cleaning zone is the taps and sink, and here also I'll use the same baking soda vinegar solution, as it works best to remove the hard water stains from the stainless steel. This solution is quite versatile and can be used for multiple cleaning options. But the best result comes when you make it right before cleaning, as the effect of this solution gradually decreases. A final scrub with dishwash soap, and I'll throw all the solution in the sink, as it will also help in eliminating the bad odor. And that's it. I'll clean the vessel and the scrubs to end this cleaning routine. Surfaces are clean, stains are removed, and I was so satisfied with the final outcome. I was really happy to see the steel shining bright. This hook organizer looked as shining as new, and now it was time to place everything back at its place before cooking some delicious dinner menu, which was chola tikki. Entering into a clean kitchen gives a different vibe. The kitchen got its shine back, and I'll relish it till it lasts. So on the days when I take some extra projects like these, I prefer cooking something easy yet different from the regular meal. So on popular demand from family, chola tikki was on the menu today. I had soaked chola in the morning, so now I'll put them to boil. On the other end, I'll make gravy masala for the chola. Since it's Navratri, I'll use only tomatoes and some ginger for the puree. I personally feel that chola and rajma are the easiest to cook, so I usually pick them on the days when I wish to reduce my cooking effort. Once tomatoes are done, I'll add all dry masalas gradually and let the gravy cook till oil leaves its sides. Chola is nicely boiled, and now I'll add them into the prepared masala and let it simmer on a slow flame for another 15 minutes or so. While chola is simmering, I will prepare aloo tikki mixture and keep the tikkis ready. Today I am using some bread slices as the binding agent for the tikki. You can even go ahead and use poha instead of bread. All thanks to meal prep, I usually have potatoes boiled in the fridge so that the time of cooking is reduced further. You can check some healthy meal prep ideas in my previous video, which I'll link in the description below. I will mash the potato and bread together and add some dry masalas to give these aloo tikkis a great taste. I'll be adding red chili powder, sabut jeera, ajwain, amchur powder, garam masala and salt in the tikki mixture. Now I'll mix everything together and make round tikkis. In the meanwhile, I'll also put my cast iron grill pan for heating. With just little oil, I'll put the first lot of tikkis on the pan and prepare the rest of the tikkis. First lot of tikkis are done, and I just love the nice golden grill marks on these tikkis with the minimum oil. Chola gravy has thickened up well. And now I'll add the final touches to the chola before layering them on the tikkis. And that's how easily the chola tikki chaat is ready. I will now assemble everything and enjoy this delicious meal with the family. I feel it was the outcome of clean kitchen that helped me bring this nice and warm meal together. As I always say, at times, small changes can bring great results in our daily lives. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much I enjoyed cleaning and cooking. Don't forget to give this video a good thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more such videos. Do share your cleaning tips with me in the comments below, as I love to try new cleaning ideas for the kitchen and home. Join me on Instagram for some daily life updates, and I will see you in my next video. Until next time, stay tuned.